Good evening from downtown St. Louis. Hey, listen, it is a cold night across the bi-state region. We have a mainly clear sky at this point, just some high thin clouds, that system going by to our south. That stayed to our south today. We had at least a little bit of sunshine from St. Louis and certainly to the north, but it's been cold today. And look at tonight, your temperatures here across the region are really dropping off north of St. Louis. We're starting to see the return flow already set up on the backside of this Arctic air. We've been kind of on the southern fringes of it going through the course of the day today. That kept us this afternoon at 23 for the afternoon high in St. Louis. Officially for the day, we ended up with 31, but that was right after midnight. During the day, we did not do that. But look, already down 4 or 5 degrees here in central Illinois. Same sort of thing as you go into northeast Missouri. So where we get that deeper snowpack just north of St. Louis, that's where we have the coldest temperatures. But also notice how it's much warmer here, relatively speaking. You're only down to 24 as of 9 o'clock down there towards Springfield. So what are we looking at here? Well, we think the lows tonight are around midnight or shortly thereafter. Temperatures will then steady out and may actually start to go up above freezing conditions expected tomorrow afternoon. We will top out areas southwest of St. Louis where there's no snow on the ground. You're going to look at temperatures that go above 40. Metro area, probably close to 40 degrees. And we do have a clipper system this weekend that we're tracking. That clipper system may give some of us a little rain or snow. It doesn't look like a big deal right now, but something we're definitely watching. Here are the forecast overnight lows. You see upper teens to around 20 southwest of St. Louis. And again, I think we're bottoming out pretty early. And by daybreak, all of the numbers you see here will nudge up a little bit, including the single digits north and northeast of St. Louis, as the winds overnight slowly and subtly shift more to the south. And it's a subtle thing. You're not going to have a real strong breeze overnight, which is good. We don't have to worry about those terrible wind chills. But that southerly breeze just offsets how much colder it can get. So then tomorrow, quick warm-up. Back to 28 degrees at 10 o'clock, 35 degrees at noon. We'll be at 38 by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're close to 40 in St. Louis. Areas farther south of town are more likely to see those temperatures top out around 40 degrees to maybe as high as 44, 45 degrees for a few of us. We get clouds increasing here on Saturday. Saturday night into Sunday, we have a clipper system. So that's the next focus for us, that clipper system. Right now, we're just going with a 20% chance of a little rain or snow here as we go into Saturday night and Sunday. Don't think it's a big deal at this point, but you see the energy kind of just coming in here. You got the gist of it. The flow is out of the northwest. You could tell just how the clouds are rolling along here. So we will get some more of that energy swinging our way going into this weekend. The good news is the Gulf is closed for business, so there's not that much moisture that can get back into the system, and that limits how much rain or snow it could produce. So here we are at 6 o'clock Saturday morning. We think we're partly cloudy around St. Louis, but here's our clipper system racing in from the north and west, so clouds will be on the increase. By Saturday night, the chance for rain and snow developing across the region. There probably will be a little bit of a mix here. Now, of late, the model trends have been shifting this a little farther north, which would keep us on the warmer side of things. The track of this system is still far from certain. It could still shift a little bit. If it did shift a little bit, that could bring that snow band a little closer to St. Louis. But at this point, we think it's staying mostly to our north, so more of a problem for Iowa, up towards the Quad Cities, northern and central portions of Illinois, maybe over into Indiana. By Sunday morning, whatever's around is kind of moving back. There may be a few flurries or sprinkles left Sunday afternoon, but not a whole lot. However, Sunday will be a little colder, as behind this system, yes, there's another little dose of chilly air. So about 35 degrees for the high on Sunday, but our low's only around 31. Now, Sunday night into Monday, we're down into the teens again, and Monday probably staying below freezing. Monday into Tuesday, we start to see the clouds roll back in. Warmer temperatures try to push in for Tuesday and Wednesday. We should be back into the 40s, and that should help melt a lot of the snowpack that's across the region at that point if we don't do some of that tomorrow and into Saturday. So let's talk about snowfall potential here. Do we think it's a problem? Well, from 6 o'clock Saturday morning until now, we can extend that into noon on, Sunday. There might be a little dusting in a few places. I think what you're going to see will be a few wet snowflakes that have next to no impact on us, and everything else is staying farther north, up into central and northern portions of Illinois, up into Iowa, right across the Missouri-Iowa border. So with that in mind, locally, I don't think we're going to have problems getting around this weekend. Now, I look at the extended forecast over the next 10 days, which finding here is after that warm up next week, there's another fast moving system that may bring us a shower or two. More likely than not, it's a rain shower along about Wednesday if it were to develop. It doesn't look like it's a big, precip producer. None of these storms that come at us from the northwest really have a chance to get that moisture from the Gulf, and you need that to generate a lot of rain or snow. And so we're not seeing that kind of pattern here. As we head towards the end of next week, though, it looks chilly again. And then going into next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, we are hopeful that we will begin a moderating trend on our temperatures so that things will improve for us at that point. Looking at a whole bunch of cameras around the area tonight, we got the airport, Chesterfield, going from top around the bottom there, O'Fallon and Arnold at the bottom. It's a mainly clear to partly cloudy night. It's cold everywhere, but the good news is traffic has been rolling along tonight, and we don't have the problems on the roads like we had earlier in the week.